Where the sidewalk ends. Shel Silverstein poem. Was that Shel Silverstein? Yeah, I think that was Shel Silverstein. Where the sidewalk ends. Hey, you know what? That's it. This is where the sidewalk ends. But this, this kind of spot over here, it's probably like a no, but the cool thing about a spot like this is the visibility. So if you were like, and you are on the walking trail, so the assumption is that the grass here is sort of like part of, this is kind of unfortunate here. You got like a little cutout divot. Trying to see if it's, sometimes you come across that stuff. So you're kind of assuming that like this grass over here, this lawn is like, it's kind of part of the trail. So it's like, it gives you a little bit more, sort of like support. You want to like kind of, you want to have things in the environment support your, like your skill space, basically. Like you want the environment to, work for you rather than against you. Like another example kind of here. I mean, again, this is like one of those things where this is over here. So like this is just an example. It's like, right, you want to stay away from all the power lines and everything. But if you were like passing some clubs like right here or something, it's just like a nice, like the thing, I think I'll just point out like basically two things about it. It's like, I think that in my experience, there's kind of like two things. One is, as far as like visibility spots, one is that, first of all, you do it for like 5 minutes, you do it for 3 minutes, you do it for 10 minutes. Like you could use a spot like that for just like a few minutes. It gives you something to kind of be in a visibility spot. And usually what happens is someone will honk, but that's kind of like nice, to have a little bit of an interaction like that. And I mean, one person will honk, but that means like 10 people saw you and they're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Many times, this is like, happens all the time. The other thing is that you do kind of get I think it's good for the skiller as well. Whoever, for the person doing the skill, it's kind of important too, because it gives you, I would call it like kind of like peripheral audience kind of thing, where you're like, I don't, it gets you a little bit more used to like, having an audience. But skill is not about audience. We've probably gone over that, but yeah, like skilling is not, like we're not out here skilling so that for other people to watch. We're out here doing this really for ourselves first, and then maybe to whoever other skillers we're with, like to sometimes help them do things. You can't pass clubs, you're on your own, that kind of thing. So we're out there for ourselves. We're out there for our own, like to be out and be in fresh air and like to skill, like where we can in the limited spots, like in the good spots. That's what it's really about. So yeah, this kind of gets this whole thing, this ground over here gets a little now you're getting like down in the ditch over there. Not I don't recommend it. Plus, of course, you're always watching out for the traffic, and the cars going by. Oh yeah, and here's the whole thing about the basketball. So this is just like it's kind of strange. You're not expecting it. It was kind of like that bench over there. It's like this, it's like this one piece of the park that's like, oh, maybe it's left over from something else, or like from before, or for whatever reason they decided to put the basketball so you can enjoy some basketball. It does get a little wet over here. Looks like they still have some dampness going down and get the mud into the drain, and this is what we don't want. That's what we don't want. So like this area right here, I can actually feel it kind of squishy right now. I think that this would be a low priority. It's like if it was dry, you do kind of have this. There's other spots. I think even like this spot over here is probably better than like right here. But that's also near. So the only thing about this is it's right near this field. So if there's a game going, it's like no, not good. I guess if there's not a game going, even that's another thing about this basketball too, is like maybe it's far enough away that it doesn't interrupt the baseball game, the softball game. Could be. Yeah, let the terrain like kind of guide you too. There's a lot of stuff that you're gonna find on your own that I don't know about, or you'll find like your own kind of techniques, what works for you. Yeah, but you could see down here. It's like this really is sort of like a draining area, so I wouldn't recommend that. It's just and the road. So you want to keep things to keep. Make a list of things that you want a barrier between your skill and that thing. A barrier between a street, cars on the street, and skilling. Here's a view. We haven't seen this view. This is of the alley that faces west from the center of the 4 baseball fields. So we have, this is going to the east, then they got going to the west, and then this is to the north over here, this direction, and then this is to the south, if that makes any sense. Hopefully that works out. So that's so this alley here between these 2 fields is actually pretty wide. So let me see if I can get. It's so wide that I'm having a problem like getting the whole thing. Let me see from this angle. I'm trying to get the whole thing in perspective so you can see a nice bench and trees, beautiful trees. Yeah, so that's really like there it is. So that's how wide this is. But do you want to skill out here? It's like, yeah, if there's no games going, maybe you gotta check the for dampness out there. I don't really recommend it, but you'll develop a lot of stuff on the local level too. It's like, okay, this spot we know is good, this spot we know not good. Oh, I don't know what happened here, but this kind of land is like eaten up. Looks like this was hit by a truck or something, like some sort of, maybe an excavating vehicle too. This just got. So here's the skate park over that direction. This is. Let's see what's down here. So yeah, this was at some point some kind of truck got stuck down here. Man, this stuff is deep. Whoa, that is just. I do not know what that was. That's some like serious. Let's call it tow truck, isn't it? I don't know what it is. It keeps going on over here too. I'm sure that's not intentional or what they what they would want. So, okay, this park has a ton of spaces as we've seen, and this spot over here It's actually, where I am right now, it's pretty damp, so I don't think I'd recommend getting out here. And this whole, the tire tracks here are not helping at all. It's still, I can hear it and I can feel the dampness. So this whole kind of area has got like some drainage stuff going on. Now over here, one thing you can notice right off the bat is you got these lights. So that is going to aid, keeping skill going later. Of course, we have LED, so we can do skill even later into the evening. It's got to keep those LED balls and flow props. Just keep them charged. I still feel like the dampness. I'm still feeling a lot of damp. Like it's like damp out here. So this is like an even lower lying area, and like the water is like going down this area. So I'm guessing that this in general, this area right here, is sort of like it was intentionally left this way, and it's sort of like this is where the dampness of the water kind of like hangs out, like as it gets drier, like to dry everything out. The grates, those retention pond grates that we saw over there, that's for like a lot of the water. So like when tons of water comes in, if it does come in, it can go there. But but as it mellows out, it goes in this area. So I would avoid this. Turns out, even though the lights are on it, so I don't know. I'm a little mixed about it. You'll figure that out. There's also all this area kind of in this. I can tell it's a little lower down though. Okay. Right. Well, here's then there's the obvious places. Well, let's do the rules first. Okay, Flounder and Friends. Flounder and Friends, Skatepark. All right. Rules and regs. Skatepark is used on a first come first served basis. Do not use a skatepark if it's too crowded for you to skate safely. Like I said, this is really about the most crowded it is. This is wow. Only skateboards, inline skates, roller skates, scooters, and BMX bikes are allowed within the park. Pretty much covers it, yeah. They're making sure that no electric one-wheel boards and other similar things are not allowed. Skaters should wear helmets at all times. The use of knee pads, elbow pads, and wrist guards are strongly recommended. Wow, have I had some falls. Do not use the skate park when the skating surface is wet or other hazardous conditions exist. Amplified sound, organized events, or sales of any kind are only allowed within written permission from Valpo Parks. Littering is prohibited. Permittee is responsible for cleaning and restoring to its proper condition all areas of the park affected by the permittee's use. So that's basically saying like you're responsible. Like if you have an event or whoever has the permit is responsible for the littering and stuff. Report any illegal activity, including vandalism and graffiti, immediately to 911. Really, that's usually to another number, but they want it to 911. Here in Valpo Parks reserves the right to close the skate parks for events, emergencies, or when conditions necessitate. Valpo Parks is not responsible for personal property. Skate park may be monitored by video surveillance. Violation of any rule may result in your removal from the skate park and or